threaded nut rivet tool. I've been wanting a decent one, and the Harbor Freight one is okay, the little hand one. They sell 2 of them now, but the original one that they sold doesn't work real well, because one of the reasons is because the threaded inserts don't have any grooving on the side, and so they just tend to spin when you put the bolt in them. So I'll show you what I'm talking about in a second here. But this one came from Amazon. You know, it looks pretty good. You know, the directions are not directly translated to English. They're very stuttery. It's hard to tell what they're talking about, but whatever. And you have the initiative to buy one of these and use it, you're going to figure out how it works. So I kind of read over the instructions, but they weren't very helpful. It comes with a bunch of different metric ones. So there's some M8s. There's also, you know, of all different metric sizes. There's also some SAE size. So like there's some 1024s. These are bigger metric M12s. And these are the ones I'm using today. I'm going to show you under the truck what I'm doing, 3/8/16s. But it comes, here's the tool. You know, seems to be of okay quality. I've used it 3 times so far on the 3/8 size, so it hasn't broken on me yet. It does come with this little multi-wrench that they store in the case right here. All the little, I don't know what they call these things. They're well labeled all the way around. I mean, so it's kind of cool how many of them there are there. Of course, this is all for all the sizes here. Now, this set is nice because this is a bunch of extra pieces. It doesn't have quite the big pieces that comes in this. And these are all SAE, of course. Number 8, number 10, quarter, 3/8, and 5/16, which is okay. These are probably some of those common sizes I'm going to be using anyway. Chances are this thing's going to last me a lifetime. But this is what I was talking about as far as the knurling here goes, I guess is what you call that, or fluting. Maybe it's knurling. And so once you put this in and you crimp it down, that actually bites the inside of your hole so that it won't spin. Okay, so that's what you're looking for. So this is the cheaper Harbor Freight one, you know, and it does an okay job. I like it because if you're working on something here and you don't have a lot of clearance here, you can still get this in and use it, okay? In contrast to this one, which takes, because it's so long, it takes a lot of room, and this is what I'm running into the issue underneath the truck, because the frame is literally in the way. So I'm having a difficult time getting these straight into the hole. I'm having to taper it, bend it a little bit, and then just kind of hoping it kind of lines up and still stays in place and still holds nice and tight. I'm going to find out. I don't know. But that's where this one would come in handy. Now, I don't have pieces for this smaller one that are as big as I need for what I'm doing on the truck right now. So here's the ones that came with this cheaper tool, this cheaper Harbor Freight one. And you can see there's no fluting or no knurling right there. They're just smooth. So there is a little bit on the back side right there, but that doesn't seem to do much. When I used this on the Foreigner and I tightened it down, both of them spun really easily. So the driver hit a curb that was elevated and ripped the running board off. So this one stayed on, that one got ripped off, and then there's a middle support here that got ripped off as well. So I didn't have to mess with this one because it's still in good shape. These two I've got to put on. That one's already on. I'll show you what I did there. And right under here, so I put in 3 threaded rivet nuts right here. 1, 2, 3. And so the factory only came with these. Right over here in the middle, this is where the holes got ripped out. I pounded them straight. I had to wallow them out just a little bit so that the threaded inserts that I'm using will fit. And I'm going to put one more right here in the middle. Okay, so we'll just screw this on. Now we'll open up the arms and we'll screw it all the way down with the arms fully extended. Now and see how the frame's in the way here? Okay, so that's one full compression. Now I'm going to open it again. Now we're going to tighten this down until it stops. Okay, now tighten it up against the rivet nut again. Put another squeeze on it. We'll do it one more time. Of course, we're going to do this until we can't squeeze it anymore, but that's about it right there. Okay, we'll just unscrew it right here. Now it is at a little bit of an angle, and that's just because the frame's in the way. Otherwise it would be nice and flush. So these I ran down with the impact hammer and they tightened up nicely. So I'm anticipating the same thing here. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one in as well. Then I'm going to drill another hole here. Once I get these aligned and get bolts in them, then I'll drill another hole right here, put another one in. Kind of. I may have to re-drill this hole in the bracket. Well, it lines up. What do you know? Good deal, working good. Okay, we're just gonna look at the back side here. Got the Harbor Freight inspection camera here. Okay, gonna use these Hyper Tough storage boxes from Walmart to organize these things. Using one of these. These are kind of cool actually because they do connect together and you can kind of pick up either one. And if you're carrying a lot of different parts, this is kind of a neat solution. To open the lids, you have to flip those. It won't come up unless you open that. And so I just organized it basically M3, M4, M5. I couldn't decide if I was which direction I was going to do it, but I decided I could kind of read upside down and decide, okay, that's an M10, I'm looking for that, that's right there. And then I could look here, M6, M8, M10, and then this big pocket is what threw me off because this big space up here matched this. So that's kind of why I did it like this. Otherwise I would have done it the other way. Okay, so you can disconnect them like that. And kind of a neat thing, I think they were $10 or $10 a piece. So, but they do have, you know, there's nothing bending on these hinges. I don't know what kind of hinge you call that, but it's not just a piece of plastic that's folding and folding and is eventually going to break. So, and these are nice and smooth. So, let's see. Doesn't look like any of the little ones fell out. Those are the ones I was worried about. So good, that should do the trick. Okay, so now I'm just grabbing two things. I was, you know, having all the little pieces in here, all the rivet nuts in here. Cool, but, you know, just to get the tool out, you got to kind of figure out which one, dig through them. Okay, that's the one I want finally, and then you got to take them all out just to get this out. Then to put this back in, you got to take them all out, put it back in. Granted, I'm not using this very much, obviously, but the cool thing, I mean, this is one of those tools that had I had 20 years ago, I would have used it a lot more. There are lots of times I could have used this, and I didn't have it, and I kept thinking, well, I need to order one, and then I'd end up fixing it, you know, some other way that a lot of times took me longer than just putting a threaded rivet nut in. So this is going to be really handy. Now that I have it, I think I'm going to use it a lot. I think I'm going to use it a lot. So now it's just a little more handy. I can get the tool out, the wrench is right there, all the mandrels are right here in one case, and then easy to read parts in the other case. I bought two of these because I was going to put metric in one and standard in the other, but I'm not I may have to do that in the future depending on how many more of these I buy. But this is a lot of different sizes. This is pretty much the most common metric size, common SAE sizes. So this should do me. I've even got 3 extra pockets here, well 4 right there, if I do need to add some extra sizes. All right. Good deal.